about recreational facilities and their fees for services and so on and so forth, and I just want to point out what Shannon deals with in terms of requests for waiver of fees and so on and so forth. There's a cost to that, or an impact of that, and that's all that's really raising council's attention to.
Can I ask through you, Mr. Mayor, to Shannon, the groups that are requesting the waiver fees, because this is kind of an in-kind thing. I mean, if they're doing a service for us like the Trails Group or CIB and that's one thing. So are you finding that the requests you're getting to waive fees, are they for the communal good? Are they something? Or is it like a special interest group like a camera club that, you know, caters to 10 or 12 people and says, you know, we can't afford $40, can you just waive it because we're a camera club and we're...
It varies. Church groups, when they have church dinners, they don't think they need to pay full rate for the halls. There's a fundraiser coming up. They are just trying to save funds so that the fundraiser raises more funds. And if the fees are waived, then that's an expense that is not included. Most of the events are for the community. They're community events where everyone is invited to come. But if we continue to keep waiving fees, there goes your revenue.
See, this goes back to my point about affiliated groups. To me, a church coming in, no offense, but a church coming in, to me, you know, you're renting it.
Exactly.
You're renting your hall.
Yeah.
But when you look at a Trails Group or a CIB or something that is affiliated with us and doing a service for us, then I think that's different. And I think we need to break that out. Jump in. I know you're going.
No, it wasn't.
As soon as I said that.
I think in some respects, some of the fundraising was done by church groups. And so they feel, you know, there's a quid pro quo there. But
service
the only issue, I think it's an important issue to have a discussion about, because I think as you point out, it's important to keep the facilities functioning and being utilized, and not create fees that are, you know, as the deputy mayor points out, we have a major investment here. You have an operating cost, and that differential being taken. As long as we understand why it is what it is, I don't have a problem. Like, if we're going to make it as a business unit to say recreational facilities have to sustain themselves through fees, we'll be shutting the lights off in the places because people. So it is that trade-off, and it's having the discussion about, are these facilities being used well? Are we operating them as efficiently as possible? At the end of the day, I'm not aware of many facilities that in recreation that are self-sustaining through fees.
Yeah, are we looking at other options? I guess instead of waiving the fee, certainly maybe it should be a 50% of the fee. A reduced fee for...
This was the idea of an affiliation. That's the idea. See, if you look in the North End, for example, we don't have a rec center, right? The school thing is just not feasible. Not with the Safety Schools Act and everything today. That's a tough sell during the day.
Not just through the day, but it's available.
No, but you have Port Franks that has ongoing stuff. You've got Forest, you've got the Legacy Center now, and I guess Bend people could come down. But my thing is, I think if we look at affiliation, if we look at a reduction, you have to look at who's using it and what it's being used for. And if you have a very active community, which is great, they all should be, but if they're all getting reduced fees and it's only benefiting that one little part of the community, then I think what you're saying to the taxpayers and the rest of Lambton Shores is you are paying for that particular community's recreation, and I think we have to look at that.
The seniors also felt that they built some season, they should not have to pay.
Yeah.
I think Deputy Mayor Dag first.
Yeah. I think that in one of our earlier discussions of the budget, we actually asked Shannon if she would put together a report on what, like an alternative as far as whether it be maybe just a reduced cost, a discounted cost of some sort, which is great. But I think it would be helpful in that report, if you wouldn't mind, if you're Shannon, of course, if you wouldn't mind actually giving us an accounting of those who had fees waived in 2011 and how much of an investment that was. Because to me, and then maybe doing a comparison of what it would be if it was at a discounted cost, so we can have a sense of how much we'd actually be spending or investing into these groups. Because to me, this type of thing, an organized community group, has so much more than even a splash pad is. Like, to me, these are social contexts, and this is ownership of the community. And to me, as long as it's a not-for-profit organization, I think that we should have a discounted fee across the board.
back
Come on,
to
Bill.
a complete waiver on it, and you give it completely, it loses the value of it to the committee. And it's like, we did the parking thing, and then we would have reduced that 50%, we would have had a lot less problems than to complete waivers. If we completely waive these fees for one and not for the other, if we reduce it 50%, at least they appreciate that they're paying for some of the ongoing operating costs, covering the costs, not the profits. And I think that's the way I look at it. It should be a reduction.
John wants to reply to me because he just talked.
I just wanted to jump in on the complexity of it, because there are some groups that are paying disproportionate amount, and I'm thinking of minor hockey groups in particular. They work hard, they generate a lot of money,
Yep.
and they see other fees being, why us?
Why are we getting
So
fees?
it just requires a lot of discussion.
But they are a special group.
Good.
No, I thought we had asked for a report like this, but I mean, if we haven't, then we need to formalize it and put it into a motion and get the report.
Councilor Russell.
And I think, John, you used he was going, the one I was gonna use, because we always pick on minor hockey, but I think, I have a place similarly at the museum, and by the way, my boss was very grateful last year that you guys used the place, and we didn't really charge other than coffee. And the reason for that it's exposure and whatever, and you guys represent a big whole. So, it's whatever, but let's just break it really down to real simple things. And I won't use that phrase again, I apologize. But the fact of the matter is that if you take a group of citizens who are not youth, and I think your granting system is all youth oriented, really, isn't it? Like
You've seen your students.
but I mean, a lot of it is youth granting, whether it's minor hockey, but a lot of it is but we'll just take a group, and I'm just gonna pick on one, for example, Caring Cultures, Port Ranks. I just did a grant, a award, a presentation for them to Toronto, and I had to be privy to all their details, and I was surprised at one thing, stupid thing, now just listen. They go and quilt every week on Wednesday. They give all their stuff away to Caring, to what do you call, and each of them, when they walk in the door, what do? They take $1 out of their pocket and they put it in a pot. It's like a tithe or whatever we want to call it, okay? So I'm thinking, when I read this earlier, yesterday, and I was thinking, it's interesting what you're saying. It's all relative to what the mayor's saying. It's if you give things away for free, then people take the thing about it. I remember when we first did the discounts that were practical for the arena. Kevin did them years ago, and they were so happy when we applied a logical extension to them that it made sense for the users, right? An adult should have no qualms about going to the shores and paying $1 to go into the Y, because it's whatever. If I go and do something, I pay for it in most cases, unless it's a place I can have something waived, and the only place I have anything waived is the museum, and they pay me to go there. So, I think
Wave as you go up.
they wave, I go like this. But the reality of the situation is the $1 in your pocket, it goes to that logic of there's probably that little charge that wouldn't be hard to fathom. It would be an increase in revenue. It would be palatable for everybody. But I think we need a report, as Ruth said. I think we need a report to follow up, to continue along. But it should be palatable so that it doesn't look like a tax increase. It's a user fee, but it's nice, and we're not user pay. User pay.
Cost you,
It's
not even
Cost,
cost
it's not a
recovery.
cost
It's-
recovery, but it's.
When you get something for nothing, you usually get what you pay for. And they're paying for having a clean building.
To invest in.
That's what I was just gonna say. If,
Because we asked for it, there's a motion previously, right? So I just,
did the member from Kicking Horse Pass want to?
I just thought there was a motion on the table.
I don't think there's.
well,
But let's investigate this.
We're facing it in Huron-Woods. And if energy wasn't going up, and if maintenance costs weren't going up, it's not an issue. But we have in Huron-Woods, 2 gas furnaces now, that when the quilting ladies would come in and they crank the heat up and they do their thing, and it's wonderful. That's what you want. You want the facilities used.
And they'd leave and forget to turn it back down.
Well, that's the bridge.